Hello and welcome. Yeah, I'm going to join the fray here. Everybody's making fun of this panel, and I'm kind of making fun of it too, but for a little bit different reasons than a lot of other people. At first glance, the panel does look preposterous, doesn't it? Supposedly, this is where Nightcrawler comes from. You got the Doctor grabbing up here, but something's physically wrong with this position, right? And a lot of people are just kind of making fun of the position in general, like, that's not how you give birth. And you're kind of wrong on that, okay? Squatting and kneeling are historically more common positions than laying on your back with your feet up in stirrups. That's kind of an invention of doctors in like the 1800s who had to go deliver like 677 babies in one day, and they got tired of like having to lean down, and they're just like, let's put the woman up where I can very conveniently grab that baby's head and yank it out and get this over with. Like, if you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe Wikipedia. I know you won't. I don't believe Wikipedia either, but this is a true fact. Like, this is historically um, one of the more common positions to give birth in. Um, Mystique, I'm sorry, not Mystique, Destiny, I gotta get that right, is here, kind of on an all fours position. It's a little weird because she's not leaned forward enough. Like, this is a weird, awkward hybrid between these two positions. And you know what? I'm going to kind of give it a pass on that. Although the doctor's face is hilarious. You mean this dude did not take his tie off? Like, come on, bro. You're just going to flip that tie over your shoulder? I don't know how common that is. I'm just kind of making fun of this nerd. That's what he is. Also, like, that's a weird... I just noticed the nurse has this weird, like, look of longing on her face. Like, what is going on there? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is apparently Nightcrawler getting popped out of Destiny, which is a nice, weird retcon. Um, Seems a little extra weird because isn't Destiny like 70 or something when she's dating Mystique? Like, isn't that how that goes? I don't know. Early 80s X-Men, whatever. That was a long time ago. But what's really killing me about this, number one, like, look where the doctor's hands are. Here's his elbow, okay? And I wish I had my tablet here. I don't, which means his hand is here. And let me use another color when we get to other stuff. And his other hand is here. So he's like grabbing this mound of fabric here. You're like, what do you mean a mound of fabric? I mean, it's a mound of fabric. If you look at her back, it's going down like this, which means she should have a hip here and a hip here. And then there's the axis. Here's one leg, which means the other leg should be like this. So what exactly is the doctor grabbing hold of? There is nothing up here. Like, her badonkadonk is right here, which means that baby is going to be coming out right here. This doctor needs to be crouching down to take care of this. In addition, she's wearing pants, which is kind of really strange. Like, shouldn't she be bare-legged? I don't know. That part's weird. Maybe the pants are like, those old school, like, pajama pants with the poopy back door that you can, like, undo or something. Whatever. But physically, this positioning does not make a whole lot of sense. There's this big mound of fabric ruffled up here. It's a huge amount, too. This is like a foot, 2 foot of fabric that's only being held up because his hand's here. If his hands weren't here, this whole thing, let me get a new color, this whole mound of fabric is just going to slough off into the floor. So the only reason this fabric is here is him. And he's like grabbing onto like her lower back. Like, he's giving her, oh, maybe that's it. He's giving her a back massage. That could be what's going on here. He's like, Destiny, honey, I'm going to massage your back with my super intense, like, gritted teeth face. Like, I don't know what this is about either. Doctors that deliver babies deliver a lot of them. I would not expect to see, in most cases, a face like that. Maybe he's a little worried because she would lose a liter of blood and rely on painkillers that would leave her bedridden for days. Wasn't wasn't Nightcrawler born in like the 60s or something? Like, you just get an epidural. Like, it's not a big deal. This is a solved problem. Like, you're doing this at a medical facility with an actual doctor, with an actual nurse. That that part, like, this doesn't make any sense. From the painkillers that leave her bedridden for days. I mean, an epidural is not going to leave you bedridden for days. Other things are going to leave you bedridden for days, like the fact that you just popped out a baby. It's one of the most physically traumatizing acts that you can perform, and you just need like a couple days to recover. Uh, There's a lot wrong here. There's a lot going on. But the anatomy is the thing that's killing me the most. And I'm ashamed to admit, I didn't notice it at first until I saw it pop up. Somebody retweeted it, and I saw the picture again on my feed, and I was like, wait a minute, there's something really wrong here. And it's totally the anatomy. And I think I got this angle wrong. I think this other hip, now that I'm looking at it some more, it needs to be like down here, which begs the question, where's the other knee? Because if that hip is down here, that knee should jut out a little further. We should actually see it right there, or the cloth should be draped around it. But now I'm just starting to nitpick, and that's getting silly. The simple fact of the matter is, somebody at editorial did not want to depict like normal childbirth. They probably wanted to make sure that everybody's faces were in frame or something dopey like that. And so they gave the artist like draw it in this way, and now the artist is stuck doing something that's basically kind of impossible to depict. I don't know. If I still read the X-Men or really cared about Marvel characters in a serious way, I'd probably be a lot more upset with this. But as it is, I'm just kind of freaking amused at this because this is just stupid. It's not stupid enough to be fun. It's just stupid. You all have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and I'm going to stop looking at this now before I start nitpicking other things in people's anatomy or whatever. Like maybe the doctor, he's got like tentacle hands. How do we know? He could be a mutant. He could have like a tentacle hand, like they come out and they just snake down here, and he's like, whoosh, 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 like that or something. It gets weird. It gets weird. So let's not go there.